Hi, everyone. Welcome to this show. And well, here we are.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Welcome. Yes.
We're going to have some special offers for everyone of free readings and healings. So we'll keep repeating that because depending on when people come in. So let us know if you're interested in that and just send us to sonicleague@gmail.com a photo of yourself and saying you want a free reading, and we'll be looking at that periodically, see who hits us up. And thank you for anyone out there coming on. I'm just gonna make sure all the streams are going well.
Yeah, right.
While everything sets up, there's a lot of things going on the planet today.
A lot. The last couple of days have been energetically very weird, to say it somehow. There is a lot of energies trying to entangle, a lot of adjustments going on, and our electromagnetic field is obviously trying to um, adapt to all of those movements, to thrive, to find a point in communion with all those energetic tides coming through, in order to find the best way to learn, remember, and come together from all those energies that are actually going on. So, again, as Sean was saying, welcome everyone. I'm also looking at my media to check if the transmission is going on, and it is.
It looks like mine's on too. And again, everyone out there, we're offering free readings. So hit me up if you want questions about yourself or going into a problem-solving situation and healing, things to overcome. Go into it deeply. Tonight, we're being very generous. So hit us up. This is a nice once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yes, we're very grateful for your presence, for your active presence. Remember that what we get to share and how we get actually to plant all those seeds is due to your presence. Otherwise, this could not be possible. So, thank you for reaching out. Thank you for your interest and for wanting to get to know more about us and what we do and how we actually deliver all these tools and all this tech that we are continuously talking about. So, yeah, feel free to also write to my email, omnivision.hunuh at outlook.com, and write your name, send a photo if you want us to do a reading for you at this moment, and so that actually all that will be watching this show can see and know more about, how I was saying, how we use all this tech that we usually talk about in our media.
And we'll write the email address in the chat again. Faris, can you type it in your chat?
Sure.
Your thing. Okay. And we'll be using both. We're doing test runs for future shows on how this free reading thing will go. But yeah. And feel free to ask your question in the chat, especially if you have a picture or something we can tune into with your profile picture. Even if you don't, we'll attempt. And then if you can send us your picture in the email as well, that would help a lot. And then maybe, in the email, if we get you on the phone, it's a lot easier. So you can even email us your phone number, and we'll attempt to do that.
Yeah, and also in the meantime, if you want to comment on a topic that you would love for us to talk about, as Sean was saying, we're in a day that we are actually, our topic is your topic.
Is you.
Yeah, exactly. So Don't be shy and write something that is actually something that you're currently going through, that you don't know how to go beyond that, how to transcend it, or what have you been picking from the collective that is actually like right now something that needs to be resolved. So here we are, open to talk about your requests.
Yeah, and we can tune into like collective missions too while we're waiting.
Sure.
Whoa, big like ear burst thing I've been getting. Okay, I'll tune in that. But yeah, what you've been working on of late? What's for everyone out there to hear? What kind of topics have you been covering and thinking about and going into?
Well, as you had as well, there is a lot of mission for the collective going on. Normally, the missions that I do are related to the restoration of the original time. As you know, there is a lot of information that I am conveying on the control systems that are currently taking over humanity, so that actually as a collective we become aware of this and then give a proper response to that, and then claiming and embodying from a sovereign state this stage of evolution. One of the things are is politically, whether religiously, socially, warfare wise, everything that is going on. So I will be sharing a lot of codes in relation to that. If you want to join from that aspect in which I am sharing, planting all these seeds, it's a very easy way to actually do transcendental shifts in the timelines from the continuum of space time, which is using these codes and listening to this frequency and placing energetically like holograms, holofractal bodies in specific parts of your body, and then nourishing them with your energy and with your breath. And actually that's very powerful, and that's one of the ways that I actually also throughout my sessions work.
We got a
uh,
number if you want to
okay.
call it, since your phone's better at calling it. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna go right into a reading for somebody. Karina.
Yeah.
Suspedius.
Yeah.
Cool name. Yeah, and then everyone else, yeah, feel free to email us your number and at sonicleague@gmail.com, and we'll see who comes up first. First time, first early birds get the worm. So, and then you can see what the stuff is all about in our sessions. And what I've been working on, a lot. My God, there's so much going on.
Yes.
A lot of timeline wars. Oh, let me just make sure.
Yeah, that froze. But I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, timeline wars. Been learning all the different pulls on our timeline that are negative and figuring out where their core is, and then having them collapse and resolve themselves. Then going into alters and then seeing where their origins are and resolving that. Yeah, we can go into clearing attachments. That will probably come up in between. I'll send out a kind of bulk healing clearing thing that will amplify it. So feel free, anyone in the audience now, feel to lay down. Feel free to lay down. Amplify, centering in your heart. You can hold the front and back of your heart. Feel your pulse of your heartbeat. Bubbles coming off it, pushing everything away faster and faster as you trust all deep in your heart and have faith, love, and gratitude for your higher self, source, as it amplifies and shines that divine light within, letting go of all the false selves as you go deeper and deeper into yourself. And yeah, this healing will cover a lot of people, including the person we're about to hit up.
Yeah, the number.
You want the number again? Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. There it is.
Yeah, so Now about what you're talking, you did a show earlier on Stargates, and that's also something that I have been tuning into. There is a lot of tech coming into the field about how to actually what we call as shift timelines, and because how I perceive it and remember it, it is the way in which we will get to thrive when we acknowledge that nothing, well, everything has been written already, and we're tuning into the highest, the most evolved constant from them all, that actually we choose to bring to life from those timelines. And that can only come when we trust, detach, what someone was asking there, when we detach from all the noise that is going around trying to put false realities, and then we acknowledge that all of that is an illusion. Of course, as a collective is a little bit more complex. When it comes to your inner field, is something easier. But if each one of us starts to clearing out all those things that are false, that are like imprints trying to be put in our cognitive thinking and trying to perceive reality in a very distorted way, and then realize that everything is um, manifested through our perception. And the moment that we perceive that we are creating in that way our reality, then we are shifting all those programs and starting from that primordial conception when we first came into this planet. So, okay.
Okay.
I'm going to call, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, collapsing the negative timelines that are pulling and pushing us towards a dark end of a few that are possessed, and looking at the chain of a maze of influence, puppeted masters, and that's useful. It helps a lot, but it's kind of digging through muck. Been learning about all the different sonic dampeners around the planet, and then how to counter them. And then maybe I'll later talk about that on the show, because that would be really good if a lot of people knew how to do that. And then because they keep replacing them, they seem to be very afraid of what we're becoming as we're evolving and expanding and growing in our abilities, the dark sides. And then gaining access to.
Hello? Yes, Karina. Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Ay, qué bueno, ¿no? Pues gracias por escribir. Thank you for. I'm going to speak in English because most of our audience is. Yeah, sure. Most of our audience is actually English speakers. So I'm going to put you in speaker. Is that okay with you? Okay.
Okay.
So Karina.
Wait. Can you talk, Karina? And we're gonna test if the audience can hear you.
Yes, I can definitely speak. Just a little bit of a delay, a little bit of a discrepancy between.
All right. Well, yeah. Everyone out there, can you hear her? Is it all good? We're setting up phones and stuff.
Can you listen to Karina?
I'm here. I can listen. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're looking if the audience can. Yeah, they can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. So, what would you like us to go into for this free reading and healing, possibly?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you so much. I've been listening to you guys, and I really, back in the day, I couldn't understand much, but now after studying much and doing a lot of healing, I understand everything, and I resonate deeply with your work. So I love what you both are doing. Thank you.
Thank you
for calling and watching.
Yes,
Honored.
Thank you. I remember you when I was in Egypt, by the way. I think you commented on some of my posts, and you talk about your connection with Nefertiti, right?
Oh my God, that was a dark avatar. of mine. That
I'm sorry, you're cutting out.
I'm sorry. That actually, that was a lie. I was not. I didn't have that connection with Nefertiti. It was that was done to infiltrate me and to confuse me and to use my avatar so that I would do dark work, which it was not my intention. I was tricked into that.
Okay.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you for saying so. And yes, at some point I could perceive that interference in the field. I'm happy that you could be aware of that and did what corresponded. So, are you fully cool with that now? Do you want to? What do you
Yeah,
want
it
to
was
talk about?
a rough experience, but now I'm clear. I'm sovereign. I'm still under attack. My union is under attack heavily.
Your union, your
And when I
like
went into,
partner?
I'm sorry.
Your union, like your partner, or like a
Yeah, my divine union,
workers union?
my twin flame.
Okay, wonderful. Well, not wonderful. Sorry. Sorry that you're going through that. What are you experiencing? What symptoms, and when did it start?
Well, I mean, it started about 12 years ago when his mother realized that we were serious about each other. She started attacking us. And she's a millionaire, so she would pay covens to come after us. So if you tap into the energy today, it's really heavy because they've been working on me all day. Very, very heavy, but I'm protected. However, I protect him also, but he has addictions and he falls prey to them, and I try to help him, but I saw death in his field the other day, and I fear for his life, to be honest with you. And I wanted to see if we could do a little bit of a reading on like what will happen with, or what are the probabilities for our union? You know, will he be able to pull through?
Can we tune into you, and can we send a healing clearing so we can talk about big things?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. And are you wanting us to go into the death you're sensing off him, or like what first do you want us to go into?
Whatever the higher self says, I'm good.
Okay, so what are the symptoms?
Whatever you're guided to do.
Okay.
You talked about a coven being hired to attack you psionically. What do you experience with that? Like, what symptoms?
So it just feels really heavy on me. What happens is that I help him, and then many times I get attacked through him.
So he's being attacked.
Yes,
mainly.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly, because he's in a spot that he could be vulnerable at those attacks because what he does.
Exactly. Exactly.
What's the motivation behind the attack?
She's just a sociopath. His mother's just a sociopath. She's trying to kill him, and she killed me and everyone that I love. And
did you say mother?
You know, she's working with big dark covens. Lots of people working against us, so they have a big mission against us.
What'd she say? Did she say mother? Who's this person?
Yeah, his mother, my twin flame's mother.
Wow. So the mother wants to kill her son?
Yeah, she's killed others before, children.
Okay,
wow.
so
I had to cross the child over, actually.
Oh well. Sorry that you're going through that. That is a strange relationship. Do you know why she wants to kill him, or anyone in general? Like you said, she's insane, or
no? What I get to perceive is like it's required a depossession. Actually, it's not her. There is I'm not saying now, but what I'm tuning into.
Something karmic between him and his mom.
besides
And
that?
probably myself that I haven't resolved yet. I'm not exactly sure what it is.
Okay, so in the layers of it, how aware is she that? Because is she flipping into an altar that's possessed that wants to kill him? Is like an attachment to her that's like a big witch spirit wanting to kill her? Is she conscious minded wanting to kill her? And have you observed that? Or is it the energy that's coming off her? What? And not saying that you're wrong or anything, because that is definitely something that can happen. I'm just wondering what's the layer of anchored to her reality? Is it like her will, or is it her stolen will?
Well, I will say no.
Probably at this point it's a stolen will because she's worked with so many covens that they probably did a lot of spell work on her to keep doing what she does because they're making a lot of money off of her.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I will tell you what I'm tuning into. What I can see is that due to all those energies that she has been pulling into her field for so many years, because this is not something from this lifetime, this has something to do with some agreements and contracts that she has that began at a very specific point where there was a lot of matriarchy in the surrounding that she was at, and there was a lot of abuse of power. So she has been carrying with that ever since again. So she's, as you were saying, it's not her full free will. There is not only one, yet there are a lot of couple of consciousness being infiltrated within her field, and actually trying to act through her, because what you have perceived as karmic is actually something that your boyfriend, your partner, has with those one, not with all those entities, with one of those entities, and with which actually it's also related to your mother, of course, because that's one of the reasons why they are together. So that being is actually feeding from that which needs to be resolved in between your mother-in-law and your partner. And well, I have more to say, but yeah.
Okay. So she's not aware. She's not like actively trying to kill him, but like any entanglement with her, and there's like a bunch of dark entities and other wills in her that are very viciously trying to kill him. Is that what you're perceiving?
Oh, absolutely. They're
Okay.
constantly.
I'm just wondering.
Under constant attack, and through him.
That makes it way easier.
On me also.
Wonderful. That makes it way easier. As long as she's not willfully trying to kill him, then a lot of this can be completely shifted. So then we will make a schematic for you, him, her, and the entities attached. And you're going to become a nice spiritual trap for everything that forced entangled with you. You're going to get stronger from it. And become immune to it. I'm agreeing with you. Let me just make sure of all the energy that's been sent at you throughout this time with her entanglement. Yep. It's like 50% death, 40% ego, 5% shadow energy, and 5% ego. So that goes into, okay, so then I go to her. And I'll give you a technique. So I'd recommend, based on what I'm reading, it's attached to. One, it's mostly attached to your solar plexus and your heart. So feel free. Can you see us on the?
I can see you. Cool. Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead and press. It doesn't matter what finger you use. Just press your palm chakra down like a button and hold it the whole time. I like doing this type. And you hold the front and back a little bit between your heart and your solar plexus. And you can hold it front and back, like one on the back of your heart. If you can't do that, if it's uncomfortable, you can kind of hug yourself in the front. And if you can lay down or do anything where you can relax and you can breathe deeply and really focus on the center of your heart, amplify your faith.
Allow me just one moment.
Sure.
Allow me just one moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna hug myself. Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you can sit down or lay down or lean, some people relaxing position, and breathe deeply every once in a while. Hold the breath and center into your heart and amplify faith and love, and that you're fueling your higher self and source to overcome everything that's coming at it, and getting more confident and excited and strong that everything of these big predators fell into your trap, and that you're bigger and stronger than them. So you're gonna get a bunch of death authority. So congratulations, you're gonna become immune to death, which I like to.
Thank you so much.
Right. So not like there's levels to immunity to death, but like meaning that you can avoid death at a larger level, and then death energy sent it, you can't do as much damage, and then you work up. So we're gonna 90% of this stuff is transmutable. Some will be redirecting it back. So we're gonna in the like venom. There's the antidote. So we going also while you're clearing it off you from attachment and using everything that entered your game to make you stronger, and then shrinking down any of the predators that come at you. This palm chakra portal sucks away negative attachments, entities, negative motion, and clears you, and then sends it to where it needs to go with your source. That will do a lot to amplify you, and you're getting stronger and stronger. And then I'm going to track back what's going on with his mother, so that is not as much problem. Go ahead and tune into.
Thank you so much.
I will be sending to you very specific code which represents the vacuum force. The vacuum force, what does is that neutralizes all energy. It's let's say a geometrical pattern, which all the energy that is coming to you just bring it into your singularity, which represents from the area from your heart to the lower dantian. Well, before the lower dantian, so it's clearing all that part, and then you're generating that 0 point energy, which is let's say neutrality, and then it will be easier for you once you have generated that neutral state to actually deliver and bring all that information that is coming to you as that energy or any kind of energy. It will be easier for you to bring it to you and then direct it as any form it is meant for you to direct it. Because let's also remember that we are a huge Taurus. So when we are actually coming from a space of our own cosmic nature, imagine that you're bringing all that information. As soon as it reaches your field, you take all this vacuum force, which is like two forces coming from like clockwise and counterclockwise, meeting at the center. And then as soon as they meet at the center, you are generating like a black hole in that area. You're generating a black hole that is neutralizing every force. Now it's just power, it's energy coming to you. It's just all this fuel that it's enhancing the richness within your Taurus. And you can actually order it now in any kind of information you choose to. By this, I mean passing from that energy to life force, because you are taking it as a life force. And actually, if that energy is reaching out to you, is because you have, it's an opportunity for you to expand some of your skills, some of your capabilities. Because if at some point also, let's say an altar came through you years ago to make you believe that you were something that you were not, is because you're being targeted, because you have a very specific mission, and also if all that energy is coming to you is because you're holding the space for your partner, which happens inherently in every relationship, whether if it's a partnership, whether if it's a romantic relationship, whatever kind of relationship it is, also from mother to son. as your partner is holding the space for his mother. So when you understand that even your vessel, like every time that you're having intercourse, you're having sex, his energy and what he's dealing with is coming to your field, so that after that you can do that vacuum. Otherwise you're just feeling in your vessel with a lot of energy that you're not aware of, and then you feel how it's, how it is lowering your field, how you're feeling more vulnerable, weaker, and so forth. So as well, every time after you having intercourse, remember to generate that vacuum soul of those codes that you're sharing, and that as souls you agreed to take care for one another. You generate that filter in which all that energy can actually help you and him to manifest and create beautiful things. That sublimation process, it is very important. And I will send to you another code just precisely to for you can activate it as a generator, so that every time that all that energy comes to your field, they will activate and start to generate that vacuum inherently, so yeah. And
Wow. So I will be able to help them with this also.
sure, definitely, definitely, you can share this to him. I suggest that you put, because most of this energy, when it comes more, is when there are voids. For instance, if there is a lack in between, a lack of affection in between your partner and his mother, then all these entities feed from those and fill in those gaps. And then also when it happens the most, or could happen the most, is through emotional bursts, or also when they are sleeping or when you're sleeping. Because let's say that your shield is weaker because you're not fully conscious, you're doing something else elsewhere. So I suggest you to place them while you're sleeping under your mattress. You can print those images that I will be sending to you, and you can print them and put them under your mattress. And yeah, I will also send to you another frequency very specific to generate the vacuum force. Those are frequencies that I have translated from quantum physics formulas through my voice, so that you can put them for you and also for him.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
And thank you.
Okay, so yeah, I fairly agree with you. She's got a bit of a possession attached to her soul. It's like, but it's not as bad as I've seen with some people. And so, but there's attachment. It's like, where did that come from? Why is that motivated? There seems to be like at least 3 major possessed witches attached to her that are in theft, stealing from her. And they range in a level of possession from 3 to 7. So the top one is pretty damn possessed, high level in its soul. And that the things that are possessing those 3 are Lucy, my name for Lucifer, Lilith, and Osmodius. So demons, like they're everywhere. A lot of people have attachments, so don't get too concerned with it. A lot of it's they're fractured beings. They're all over the place. They're taking on big wounds. A lot of the ones with names have jobs with the earth. They're lesser evils than the invading evils, and they're given a job to dominate the invading evils under a hierarchy. So they're not, you can't really destroy them or get rid of them out of the earth, but you can send them to where they need to go and get them not in conflict with you or war, detach from even get stronger than what they can handle, and get them to where they want to flee from you, and to where they owe you too, in which if like I do kindness and love, my tech. So a lot of these demons are in lack. They can't create their own light or love. So they go out and look for things to steal, like soul parts, and look, that's why they want souls a lot. because they're fractured. Their soul is missing pieces, a lot of pieces. They're all over the place, owned by some other big demon that stole from them. And I do this kindness thing where I get back their parts that they're coming after me or my clients, so that they detach on their own. There's like a big chain of things going after things that they lack all the way to you. So you also want to regain your wholeness. So while you're hugging yourself, cultivate the feeling of completing puzzle pieces of yourself, like you hugging parts of yourself back in, all the parts of you that are quantum entangled with you, as you breathe them in closer and closer, like pulling threads back. And you're cultivating this wholeness, and this we're going to amplify the quite a bit your wholeness ability, so that it brings wholeness to you, your divine union, their mother, the entanglement of the witches, the demons attached them, and all the way in a chain going back about 1 trillion beings, so that they all come to peace with you and have no more motivation against you. Why are they sending the death energy? Well, there seems to be something rare with both you, him, and the mother, that something really wants and is also seeing as a threat. So I don't know exactly what she's doing, but it seems to be enough to be a threat to some of these beings, to want them to cause death. And then also he's shielding his mother, so he's got a large amount of protection ability. So good job. So that's taking some wounds to her. And so we're going to resolve all the need for this attachment by giving up this love and kindness and purification and loving detachment, and pushing it all away as if it all resolves. I also like to do depossessions on people that shouldn't have big demons in them. And I also like to look at the spectrum of, did the demon possess them, or did they force the demon to possess them? Let's see. I think they force summoned it. So then they probably did it against the demon's will.
Well, yeah, because she's engaged in doing spell work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know, but that's like not everyone has invocation rituals, so it's you gotta be quite going down the dark magic rabbit hole for the initiating to that. So other things that will help you is mastering death, detaching from it, and coddling like anytime the energy comes at you like a baby, collapsing it down into a pocket dimension. So you're its new caretaker. But you got to get it off you. Evil and energy, it needs evil antidote. There's many different subjects to that. Shadow needs like shadow death, or collapsing it like a parasite, cutting it off from power. Ego, same thing, ego death, giving your ego lots of love. And then the chain of attachment from others' egos getting resolved while you heal yourself. Then cultivating peace in your heart, loving overwhelm. And we'll be doing the depossession, because not many people can do that, and we're both good at it.
Yeah, look, normally when all these beings come and they are sending that energy, it's because they want life, like they want to generate death to receive like a life sacrifice, right? It's mostly about how people deal with magic and with entities, because normally they are asking to something, to receive something in order to give some favors. Mostly what I'm tuning into that your mother-in-law does. She's into those kind of practices. That's what I'm reading. So normally what they are looking for is for an exchange. Like they are sending that energy because what they want in exchange is life. So for instance, you can also play with that, and also your boyfriend can play with that, or your partner, which is in the universe, everything, like all that you're feeding, even if it's an action, represents life. So what you can imagine that they are trying to abstract that life from you. So instead of putting yourself or your boyfriend as a shield, neither to you, neither to his mother, what you can put as life is something, an habit that actually you want to already finish. For instance, if you smoked, okay, so you're going to put in front that pattern of smoking, which is alive, and then you're going to bring it to death. You're going to stop smoking, let's say. So then what you're doing is shielding and mirroring that form of active pattern that you have to bring it to that, and then they cannot reach out to you anymore, and then it's a win-win. That's also something. So
Yeah.
How are you feeling so far?
I'm feeling a lot of love coming in.
Wonderful.
I'm feeling more whole.
Yeah. Keep you're cultivating that healing and loving and detachment generator. Good work. You got it over 10,000 units a second. Keep amplifying that. See every weight that comes at your heart as the thing that's going to make it stronger. It's the weight that you strength train yourself, and it's the firewood that adds to your love fire. And you're going to become strong enough to where you can reach the hearts with loving acceptance deep into the heart of even demons, and bring love and light and goodness and change them through your healing trap.
yeah, and what I was saying about the like, visualize that you are shielding yourself with those actions, that you are ready to bring them to death as patterns of behavior that doesn't lead you anywhere anymore. Then you can, from the space of love, like project an infinite energy, take all that power and put them as mirrors, mirrors of light and life that are reflecting into those entities, and you are shielding yourself with those. So while you are bringing life to you, you're also giving to them what they could need. So as I was saying, it's a win-win. So you're getting rid of patterns, you're bringing to that patterns that you don't require anymore, while you're bringing in more life to you. And at some point those relations become so powerful that they transcend the purpose of coming to you anymore. Because actually one of the purposes, like from a higher level of consciousness, why they are coming to you is that you need something to learn from it. So when you have mastered that, as well as your boyfriend, if you share all of this with him, then they say, okay, lesson approved, so check, and they move on.
Yeah, and each one of these tests is going to make you more powerful and stronger, especially with love. You got a lot of they were very threatened with you guys, and the power couple. It's wonderful. Take it as a badge of honor.
Wow.
So we do have to move on to another session, but feel free to hit us up and talk to us. Very grateful for you to listen and call in. Honored and glad you're feeling better.
See, Karina.
So grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All this can be shifted. Humans are fairly in magic. They're not that intelligent, so they're not going to be hyper aware as these demons. So the demons are more easy to shift out of the environment. You can come to peace with them at their ego desire and their core desire if you can find out what it is. So they're in lack and they don't experience enough love and all this stuff.
Exactly. They are amnesiac. So the more you vibrate from a space of love, you're actually going beyond you're going one step ahead, you're not looking at the effect.
I feel they don't like that at all. I think that's one of the reasons why they come after me, because for the most part, I'm not perfect, but I'm always vibrating high,
Yeah, and eventually you're going to turn all your enemies into either neutral, they see you as a benefit to the world and them, and eventually allies with boundaries, of course, because you can't trust every of these things that much. So we got to go, but thank you so much. Honored. Sending our love.
Thank you so much. So
Sending
grateful.
love, and thank you for reaching out, and let us know how everything goes.
Yeah, hit us up. Let us know on the update.
Have a great evening.
Thank you,
Okay,
Karina. Bye.
Bye. Okay, here's the next one. Chloe Angelic, you are the next winner on whatever Wheel of Fortune we got going on here. Yeah, and thank you guys for the lovely comments. Hey, Arkeum.
Hi.
It's a nice day. I mean, there's a lot of war going on, but yeah, it's still a nice day.
Yes.
Here, for if you need the number.
Yeah, and if we can also already go through the attachments that someone was talking about in the meantime.
Yeah. And people keep centering in the heart. Feel as though there's a goal, which is detached self, which is all these heavy coats are off, very light.
Yeah, I think it will be better this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where is the number from? I don't know.
Just try it. What do you think? Or you get charged if it's in a different country?
Yeah.
Oh no. Do I get charged?
Of course.
Well, I mean, not always. Depends on the plan we have.
United States, no. Yeah, but that's not from United States.
Maybe WhatsApp. We can do a short one for them. What do you think amount of time?
I can definitely write, and then we can definitely do WhatsApp.
Okay, yeah, get her on WhatsApp. Okay, cool. Yeah, and then for people out there, if you got WhatsApp, that's much easier because things charge you quite a bit.
And you, because you already moved.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. I gotcha. So yeah, again, for people out there, I mean, we're going to probably wrap up with this one, but if this doesn't work, we might have another person on. So feel free to write us at sonicleague@gmail.com if you want to have a free session real quick. Okay, we got some stuff coming in. Yeah, let's see if she gets through.
Hi, Chloe. Nice to meet you.
Hey. Okay, this isn't going to charge you?
Hi.
Okay, congratulations. You won the early bird special.
Excellent.
So how are you feeling?
Oh, very good. I was interested in seeing, because I am a healer myself, and I've always had issues with the right side. You can hear me okay?
Yes,
Still?
perfectly. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I've always felt like I've got this sort of energy in the right side of my back that always moves around. And what my intuition has told me, that it actually came from an ex-husband many years ago, who had a lot to do with the Majis in Iran. And I have never been able to figure out how to clear it.
Before we go into that, can we tune into you and can we send a clearing healing?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said there's something in your right side that feels like it moves around. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going
into it. My right shoulder, and it changes and it moves. So yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so at least with the symptoms, and don't freak out with this, pretty much everyone on the planet has these psychic parasites or etheric parasites is the term for it, attachment.
Yeah.
This can cause pain, discomfort, itches, annoyance, drain of energy, influence, mental thoughts, projections. What are your symptoms?
It's just physical. It's a physical energy that moves in my right side of my back.
Chloe, tell me something. How is your astral body? Like, you get to dream a lot. You get to have all these connections and dreams.
Yep, I'm a seer. I'm clairvoyant.
Of course.
The dreams lately, I haven't dreamt a lot. I'm on a fast. I'm doing yoga. I'm at a retreat at the moment, so I'm pretty clean and very clear. I meditate.
How long have you been feeling this, you said?
Oh, many years.
For many years.
many years on the right side and the back. I had a shaman remove a spear, an energetic spear from the location, but I don't think they got to the kind of etheric part.
Yeah. What I'm tuning into for now, because there can be many layers to it, but yet what I'm tuning into right now is that at some point in one of your missions, like your soul missions, and while opening very specific realms, you brought something with you. And if you are relating it directly to your ex, is because there is yet like a sort of entanglement in which the relation would be nourished from, like for instance, he constantly bringing things. So there could have been projected as coming from him. However, what I do see is that at some of your quests, you brought something with you. So
where did you say something about a magi? He got it from where? Where's this from?
Well, I was many years ago. I mean, I've always been psychic, but I felt this person coming into the top of my crown, and I saw it clairvoyantly as a magi from Iran, and they came into my field, and I said, "Excuse me, who are you?" And my ex-husband actually, we have a child together, and he actually told me that he'd been to see someone, and I said, "What were you doing to see someone?" And I think it had something to do. He was very obsessed with me for many years, for over a decade. And I think it had something to do with, like, I'll never have another love, or I never will go on with my life, something like that. So, yeah, it's hard to say exactly. Yeah.
Well, actually defeats, because it's like he bringing something. However, there is like a very specific soul connection. If you see, have you tuned into the magis? You call them, in some of your missions, through clairvoyance and so forth, or what is your, or that was the first time that you connected with them and all, or with the fields of information in Iran and all those places related to Sumerians and so forth?
I have never connected in with them because I've had no need or want or intention to. But I know that he has. So
what was he doing over there?
He didn't really tell me exactly. He's from there. He didn't tell me exactly what he was doing with the magi, but all I knew was that magi came into my field and violated my field because he shouldn't have been there in the first place. But I don't know what he put into me. Do you understand?
Does he know the magi? Did he like interact?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a friend? What do you know?
I know that he paid him money. This is the clairvoyancy that I saw, that he paid him money. I don't know exactly what for and what the intention was. I assume it was to somehow bring me back to him. So, which I never did.
Oh, wow.
Well, there is like this soul, like past lifetime, that actually where you have some codes to that area. That's why what I am perceiving that why you got to be with him. So it's very important for you to connect with those codes, with those memories, because actually they will give you, it's like this power in which all of those things, it's like meaningless, because you actually had a lot of power, and a lot of the skills that you have currently active right now, you activated them through that lifetime. So it's bringing all and acknowledging that power, that force.
Well, I know that I in the past life I was a king in Babylonia, and he was my son many 5,000 years ago. That's all I know from what because I do past life readings with people, and I know about that life, and it was obviously a karmic thing, our interaction, probably karmic payback, because I wasn't very nice to him in that lifetime 5,000 years ago. Okay. So we came together to kind of clear that karmic debt.
So you're not with him anymore?
No.
No,
Okay.
no, this is our daughter's 24, so it's a
So
long
how
time
long
ago.
ago was this?
Yeah.
24?
Oh, yeah, 24 years ago we were together.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay, I was getting entity come to me in vision saying that he owes the Magi uh more than what's paid. So it's just got this adamant interaction where it's wanting more energy. So I'm like questioning it about that. I'm like, you don't owe him anything. Why is this? So I need to like audit their stuff. It's just a lot of bullshit they're telling me. So I'm just gonna
that
like.
would make sense.
Yeah, but what I do see is that for instance, what I see about your ex as your son at that lifetime is that he is claiming and demanding for you to see him, you know? So I do feel that that's why it has also yet been attached, because what I perceive is that you have to go to that lifetime, acknowledge his existence, and then it's most likely that that entity will detach from you, because for the power that you embodied at that lifetime, those kind of entities won't even do you tickles. They won't even tickle you, you know? So it's owning that power that perhaps you could have been, you know, like leaving aside due to all the responsibility that it involves, energetically speaking. It requires a lot of cleansing. We know that all that era, that stage was kind of immersed in a lot of mist, energetic mist. So perhaps you need to clear first all that information before retrieving it to your soul. And then once you have done that, you can actually, from that, let's say, timeline, you acknowledge the existence of your son, which is what he's requiring. And then he doesn't need to send anything else to you so that you can actually see him, you know, because that's what I'm perceiving. He is still attached, and because you see your back, when you give your back, you're not seeing, you know, you give your back to that what you're not seeing. So it's that's why it's attached in the back.
Yeah.
All right. So you want me to remove the entity?
Yes, please. I would love that.
Okay, so if you want to help with me, we can do some light language into clearing depossession. It seems to be in the form of a serpent, and it goes to an energy harvesting that's stealing from millions of people, is anchored to multiple dark users, and then eventually goes back to a galactic level in interacting with predators in the Draco star system. So, yeah. So we're going to start a process of remedying that really quickly. We're going to do some light language. Is that okay?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay. You want to go?
Kan rutu vut an ik men aliak nutia bat an YssaH kunyar nuntiku. Inak ari tur YssaH an aukul man aik al ik an aktu turigliak bat niki.
Seems to be mostly attached to your sacral and going after sexual energy, which it seems to be part of like an influence type of lust programming network, which might go to an attempt, like you said, to influence you back in a relationship.
Yeah.
Bitgenerit seiterek anau turu ni sunu turu ditikalat iris tunat naman entialit nakatawrit usundiniat kibat eriat usuntiat and if at the same moment you can also tune into that you're acknowledging what you had not acknowledged before, you know, like bring into light that which you had not fully turned your seeing to, you know, your what you were not paying attention to, what you were not acknowledging its existence. So sur inek anar nama sun turu ni to urin ananait anad aturis nik ni tarabat.
Feel free to lay back and put your hand on your heart and one hand around your roots, like maybe a hip or something, if you know, to be comfortable.
Okay.
And I'll amplify a bunch of grounding, portals, clearing, trap, capture, loving detachment kind of systems in your root chakra. So, and I'll also put, if you can put your one of your fingers in your center of your palm chakra, that'll amplify it. And then have faith and trustful in yourself as this overcomes, as the flame in your heart, golden white source light energy starts shining out as you center in your heart to take care of these issues.
Okay.
And also like doing a big what's the word for it? It's like a vortex tornado of light that also is kind of like a tractor beam that sucks away negative stuff attached to up and away, while also quantum at a micro sped up level, resolving the predator in its mind and its motivation to where it would want to let go.
Okay.
And have faith in all of that as you're amplifying that, because you're also going to be using this as a method, because there are psychopath parasites in the world, so there will be multiple, and as you're fractaling up, and that's a good thing to come up against when you're going into vision, because those are the things that are going to be suppressing your vision, and they're the fears to face as you cultivate love and face your fears and transmute the fears. External fears, it's going to show you entity attachment as you come into more awareness of things, and then you get rid of them, and then things clear up. You can see more; it gets more brighter.
Yeah.
And this one's going after and interacting with your attraction, sexuality, the hormones, all this kind of thing, to try to influence you.
Okay.
Feel free to keep
right now. I'm in the middle of a field and lying down on my back in a star shape.
How you feeling so far? We're detaching what we're
I'm feeling very light. I can feel my light quite increasing.
Nice.
It's very light blue color. I'm just lying back in a star shape formation. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to hold my hip or anything. I'm just on the ground.
Yeah, put one hand on your heart, one hand on your hip, center it into your heart, and breathe deeply every once in a while. Hold your breath like it's pressurizing and pulsing and making your light of your heart come out, pushing out everything that's negative, and amplifying your faith.
Yes, and amplifying your faith, and also if you can go to that timeline, like imagine a bubble of time of encapsulating that time frame into a bubble and sending a lot of love to him as a son, and acknowledging him so that he doesn't do that again, which is also very important. Like tuning into his needs, his requirements. And there is also something that I'm tuning into, that he was looking for you, and that's what he's originally attached to. In this lifetime, he can see it from a sexual part, because of course you were wife and husband. However, the origin is attached to something that he wanted in that lifetime that you had, and it's related to something very powerful. So what I suggest, and it is energetically, it's located precisely in the like in your heart, but it's reflected in the back part. You know, it's let's say that it's a sphere of wisdom, of magic, actually, and there are very important records, actually. So if you can just visualize how you start to, while you vacuum them, you know, like filtering, cleansing them, you start to breathe them in so that they are not outside. So you breathe them in, you're integrating them through the vortex of your heart, you're integrating them, and the reminiscence that is reaching out to him so that he loses that crave, that loss that he has attached to that energy that you have, is that you show to him from a space of love that he has his own power and that he has his own magic, and that for the codes that you once shared, he can also access to that information from him. So your vortex is, your heart vortex is expanded and creating this field that would make you unreachable to him.
And can you take your lower hand that was on your hip and put it on your sacral, where a little bit below the belly button? Most of the remaining attachment is around there, having to do with connection to him. We're also going to do an amplification like we did with the last client in wholeness. I've had to deal with this with haunted ex-friends and haunted exes. They just keep coming back and attaching, and the way to do it is to resolve why they're attaching. They're in lack. So we're bringing wholeness to you, him, the demons attached, so they don't have a need to come back to you. And I'm going to amplify your wholeness like crazy right now. So have faith in yourself and breathe deeply into that light in your heart and make it shine brighter. And grain the faith and gratitude in your source, and we're gonna shine it through your sacral back to where all the threads attached to and everything motivated coming at you, and stop them from dumping negative emotions on you and stealing your happiness as well. Okay, we're down to 10,000 attachments on the sacral with him anyway. Let's see, what's that? It's like a desire attachment thing.
He pretty much stalked me for 10 years. So I was just constantly trying to get away from him, but I've blocked him for 5 years. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, see the sacral turn into a sun and it burn away with love, all the threads attaching to it, and burning up as firewood that makes your sacral stronger, because things are gonna be attracted to your flame. It's the world, so you gotta make your flame stronger. Ooh, yeah, you made the flame get brighter, really bright then. It's going down to a few hundred. Keep breathing into that flame, making it stronger. 80. Oh yeah, there you go. 30. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we're gonna all unite together to influence somebody else to come into his life to take his attention away from you. and then he'll be distracted.
He's actually remarried.
Oh. Oh, okay. So it's already there. Okay, great.
Hopefully he's distracted. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. Then I was just making sure because we got rid of the attachment, but I'm like, I like to make sure it doesn't come back. Okay,
Absolutely, for her sake, yes, for sure. Yeah.
So, but he doesn't call you up or anything like that.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, no.
Okay, cool.
Chloe, I'm going to, if you can write, well, now you have my phone number. I will send to you a code also with a frequency so that you can play it every time, every once and then, and and locate it there where I told you this sphere of wisdom, because that's the original route to it. So it's very important for you to keep it monitored, like to keep it tracking it and scanning it how it goes, because if you do not ignite that power within you related to that memory, then it's not fulfilling its purpose, and another energy entity or whatever is going to try to use it. So unless you embody it, you empower it, then it will fulfill its purpose, and then it will be harder for any other energy to try to take advantage of it.
Also, you just earned a crown of authority on your head, so congratulations. So if you get any head pressure, just clear that might mean the crown. Like,
I just put my hat on. I must have felt it. I just put my hat with a feather on it. So yeah, perfect.
Yeah, if you get any head pressure, like some of the authority comes not the most cleanest, but it's like it comes with like authority and sometimes a spiritual army. You got about 100 things that you can now command with it. Something to do with you activating. This all had to do with like them trying to influence your sexual desire. So you just empowered and cleared your sexual body, so it's more potent, and then you just integrated a part of yourself that is involved in heaven realm. So it's like an angelic, nobody talks about this. There's like a class of angels that are very powerful in the sexual body, so whatever you want to call those, but you've earned authority in it, and I think you went through a bunch of different mystery schools having to do with angelics, including that one.
Yeah.
So congratulations. And now you can influence and take care of the army of they're like helpers to angels, kind of like balls of light kind of thing. They can do a lot of things with repairing, healing your sexual body, as well as helping others.
I'm hearing seraphim. Yeah. I'm hearing seraphim.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, there's angels speaking into your ear that want your attention, and there's a whole hierarchy of involvement of them with you. So go ahead into that and see if you can engage in telepathy.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Anything else you wanted to go into before we go?
I've had a recent ex. I don't know if this is all about exes today, but he's been. I don't know what this is about. They get obsessed and
you kind of do know. We talked about it a little bit. That's one of your authorities that you gained in sexual body from the past.
Goodness.
Igniting.
Yes.
Goodness.
Yeah, men are attracted to something. They're attracted to sexual energy and high feminine energy. And lust a little bit.
Do you know the movement of the wings of the angels, right? It's like kind of a torus with a very specific frequency, a very specific motion. So what you can do is go deep, within in order to remove and release from all those attachments, and do it every, like every day in the beginning, and then you can do it every once and then. Using all that motion through your wings, let's say like visualizing how in between how your wings are creating also a lotus flower, and your body is spinning fastly and rapidly through the movement of your wings, and then you're clearing because you know the power of the feathers. With the feathers you can cut a lot, you can cut attachments, you can cut entanglements, you can cut a lot of things. So with your wings you're cutting all of those entanglements, attachments that are no longer for your highest evolutive purpose. And it's with the natural motion of your wings. You know, you can even do it as a code. You can even give a word of command. You know, I suggest that you choose a word that is not aligned to your cognitive or to your conscious mind. For instance, you can put a light word a word that you made up, but it will actually come from a cosmic word, a galactic word, or an ancient word, so that your cognitive thinking won't relate it directly to something, so that it's virgin, its frequency, it's virgin. So then you can give that command word, and like every time that you say it, then it will be activated. How your field, how your wings are cutting all those entanglements, and actually you can even use your sexual force to enhance it and not just visualize it, like actually bring it to life, and feeling how your field expands, and even how all those your attachments go from attachment to breaches, to a breach, to bringing in all that power that was captive, or that unconsciously your exes at some point got or kept, even though I'm quite sure that you have already done that cleansing. But in case if they are attached, there needs to be something that you're still holding in onto that side. Otherwise, there would be no attachment at all. So the only way that energies can be attached to you is that there is something still from you there. So
yeah, like some form of unforgiveness from the past.
Yeah, okay.
He did put me through hell and back. So I visualized just sending him love, and and say our work is finished, but I send you away with love, and pretty much we have no more connection here, but I send you away with love and light. Yeah. I'm feeling a bit of an energy on my right side of my sacral as we're speaking. It might be the last little bit removing from me.
Keep that flame going, and you got a lot of power in you. And so with sexual attraction, there's a lot. So most people just try to turn it up as much as possible as the strategy. Sexual energy, feminine, masculine, purity. She went into with the virgin concept. That, and then the other, it's like pheromones. There, you want to also gain full mastery over, because if you're just putting it out there, it attracts everyone, and the aggregate of men aren't exactly what you want. So you want to also have a repelling, and you want to define it, and you write it down what you're wanting to attract and what you're wanting to repel.
Yes.
And we got to go soon.
Yeah. So let us know how everything goes. And we would love
thank
to
you
know
so
more.
much. I really appreciate it. I really, really, thank you. Thank you so much.
Likewise. So nice to meet you. I will send to you those codes and frequency.
And thanks for your healing work and what you do for the planet.
Exactly. Thank you for what
you're doing. Thank you, Sean. Very good. Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye. Bye.
Hey, cool. That was a good one. Hope you guys learned some stuff from that. And we'll all want to amplify how many healers there are in the world. So hopefully this will give you guys some hints on how to become healers yourselves. And feel free to reach us for your own healing.
Exactly.
Because a lot of this needs to get more personal, the data, and you need to experience it yourself and more in depth with your core like problems and things that you want to go away forever, and improve upon yourself to become your greatest self. So how do people reach you for sessions and cleanings and healings and all that stuff?
Well, they can reach out to me. Oh, can you write my email?
Yeah.
There. Okay. How can people reach out to you in the meantime?
No, you say it. I asked you.
I ask you first.
Omnivision.
Can you write that Gmail, please?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so yeah, omnivision.hunuh at Outlook. I'm sorry, Outlook.
Okay, not that one. Okay.
And yeah, so you can reach out to me for a one-on-one session, or also to join in any of the online courses that I'm facilitating at this moment in English and in Spanish on the plasma body activation and on DNA activation as well, or your source code. You're muted.
I'm muted?
Yeah, someone said. Interesting.
You muted it.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
even
you
touch
did.
that.
You touched
No,
it.
I didn't. Of
Okay,
course.
you're gonna write it, and I'll write it.
It's easier for you to do the ad. I don't want to mute it again.
It's Outlook.
Yeah. Can you write it, please? I don't know what's the caps lock and shift. It's closer to you. Thank you.
Just Outlook?
So, yeah,
Okay.
at Outlook. You haven't put the at. I'm sorry. Thank you. So, .com. So
You told me Gmail.
thank you. And yeah, so the upcoming well, actually the current courses online that I am facilitating, which is plasma body activation, the DNA activation, and also to translate your source code, which is your geometrical body. Let's say that this is a process, a method of diving into your Akashic records just from the geometrical body. And from your geometrical body, which is using the high tech of the holofractographic field. So it is a much faster way and rapid, because you're scanning. I'm helping you and teaching you to scan your geometrical body in order to see where the dissonance within you, the resonance, and so forth, and using it and approaching to it just energetically without the emotional entanglement, yet using your emotional aspect to actually enhance your purpose, your mission, and direct it in many ways. Yeah, how about you?
Omnivision dot Hunan
HUNUH at outlook.com, and be sure to buy your tickets for our next conferences. The first conference that I will be at is in Sedona, the Rising of the Guardians, and in March it will be an awesome experience. Rion is preparing a big deal, a lot of things. So be sure to get your ticket, because it will be a transcendental experience for sure. Knowing that also Sedona is such an important place, and we will be doing such important energetic labor. So, and also then in Full Disclosure Now conference in the month of July next year, both of them. So also doing again a lot of movement, energetic movement, and bringing a lot of information to light, and doing a lot of inner work and enjoying while doing that. So yeah, be sure to get your tickets. Thank you. How about you? How can people reach out to you?
Instagram and YouTube.
Oh, my name, YssaH Arsate-Livien, YssaH Ars Live, actually, and my YouTube channel, YssaH Arsate-Livien, and Facebook, YssaH Ars Live.
Yeah. I'm Sean Bond, founder of Psionic League, PSI for Psionic. Psionic League YouTube, a lot of abilities on that. There you can look up people doing superhuman powers, and you get the download in that. And you can most easily reach me at psionicleague.com and request like either the cheap or the bigger in-depth session, as well as there's membership for different Psionic ability products you can get on there that are pretty cheap. And yeah, we'll be doing tours to different sacred places like pyramids and places that can grant you superpowers. Next one, we're doing Mexico, various places. So look for that. And also, you can contact us at our emails, like me at sinicleague@gmail.com, and write trip inquiry, and then we'll write you to the list. And yeah, we're going to conferences. Rion's conference in Sedona. Just look up Rion Team Light on YouTube, and we got interviews with him. And those are really nice, so you can get a little taste of the concepts of what we talk about. Also be presenting a workshop there. So look to that, and if you want to meet any of us and possibly get a reading or session or become our friend. And yeah, I hear there's going to be some really amazing stuff going on there.
Yeah,
and around
definitely.
Big places of power that are some are secret, some are known, and we can tune into that. Yeah, and I'm on Facebook. You can contact me. I'm also on Instagram and X, so add me. Subscribe to both our channels, and if you want to get sessions like clearing, healing, depossession from a distance, or go into your exes that won't stop attaching to you, we can help you with that. Seems to be a big problem going around. So when you want to take care of your X's and O's, we got you. So yeah, and tune into the next session if you want to see more of this content, free readings and healings and clearings. Smash that like, subscribe to both our channels, write in the comments, show us your love, and share this with many people out there, especially those that think they might have some healing energy. If you want to gain healing abilities, we're doing healings in this to the audience, as well as we're giving away secrets. So get it out to those people. The more we see that this is shared to, the more we're likely to do more of these content.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
get it out there.
So thank you very much for joining us and for being so active in your comments, and looking forward to our next show. So also be sure to comment what would you like for us to talk about in our next show, and we are more than delighted to do that. So I'm Isha.
And I'm Sean Bond.
And until next time, thank you.
See you guys. Have a good one.